and welcome back to another team selection. We are going into game week 12 and licking our wounds from game week 11 because it was horrible, but at least the average was fairly low. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the disastrous game week we just had, my transfer plans for game week 12, and then my game week 12 team with a lot of captaincy chat. So let's get straight into it. Game week 11, where to begin with this one? I got 25 game week points in total. It was below average, but when I saw some of the results over on Twitter, I was very relieved with my score. There have been some shockers. This is one of those game weeks that will go down in FPL history. My overall points are at 656, which is laughable considering in my team selection I said I was hoping to get up to 700. Oh, I was so optimistic in game week 10. My overall rank is at 779,907, so I'm still within the top 1 million. If I can start moving towards the top 100k, that would be very welcome. Going into this game week, I have one free transfer and no money in the bank. Starting off in goal, we've got Areola with 1 point. Slightly frightening that I'm now going to have to rely on him fully. Turner didn't start for Forest, and Forest were able to keep a clean sheet without him, so I don't think there's going to be a rush to get Turner back into the squad. Areola is the only goalkeeper I have to rely on. Let's let that one sink in. I'm hoping clean sheets on the horizon. Stranger things have happened. Then coming into my defence, we've got Pinnock with 1 point. Initially, I was disappointed about this, but I transferred out Destiny and I brought in Pinnock. So this actually really worked in my favour. I was kicking myself when I saw Destiny in the starting lineup. I transferred him out because I thought he was an injury risk. Obviously, he started, but did not have the best game. So that was a win. Matty Cash, 0 points, but he got taken off, I think around 58 minutes in the Villa game. He looks like he's back in training, so hopefully he should be ready to go this game week. I'm not too concerned about him. And then Gahey, Palace won 2-0, clean sheet points, feels like it's been a while. So that is really good news. Then the midfield is the most baffling part, I think, of my team. Maddison 1 point, Saka 2 points, Salah 2 points, and then Gordon with 7. I did not expect this at all going into game week 11. We'll start off with Maddison. I mean, that Spurs-Chelsea game, I could write a whole dissertation about what went on in that game. It was absolute madness, but Maddison only came away with 1 point after going off at 45 minutes with an injury. This is one that I'm going to be closely monitoring because in some ways, if Maddison is injured long term, it will make transfer decisions easier in my team, but I have a feeling that he is okay and he will be back this game week. But he's a good player to have and I am glad he's in the team, but there are so many midfielders that I want. And then Saka, we may as well talk about Saka and Gordon together because obviously Arsenal played Newcastle. Newcastle won 1-0. Gordon got the winning goal. A controversial one, there were three VAR checks on the goal, but I will take it from FPL perspective. The Arsenal game was really interesting as well, looking at Gordon, because Wilson came off and then Gordon ended up playing up front and he scored within 5 minutes of taking on that position. So he's a really versatile player and one that I think I'm very pleased that I brought him into my team. Nothing much to say about Saka, 2 points, obviously no goals from Arsenal. And then Salah blanked against Luton. I did not expect that whatsoever. I think after I captained Haaland, I was really concerned going into the Liverpool game that Salah was going to go absolutely mad and score loads of goals, get a hat-trick, everything, penalties, 10 penalties, and there was nothing. It's mad as well, considering Liverpool had the most shots out of all teams with 24 in total and the highest XG of 3.04, but they only managed to score 1 goal and that came from Luis Diaz. If I'd have captained Salah, I'd only be 2 points better off, so I will take that one as a win. Then my front three, Ollie Watkins blanked, a very surprising blank from Villa. I know that Forest are a lot stronger at home, especially defensively, but I did think Villa were going to get one in, and I was a bit concerned it was going to come from Diaby or McGinn, who I benched, but there was absolutely nothing. So a surprising one, but Watkins has been really consistent this season. I think this is only his 3rd blank in 11 game weeks, so we'll let him off. And then Darwin, bless him. Darwin was just doing Darwin things this game week, wasn't he? He had 9 shots in total, 5 in the box, 3 big chances, and an XG of 0.9. He topped the stats for so much, but unfortunately he couldn't finish. But it's the Darwin we know and love. I did say in my last video, you don't know what to expect from Darwin, and that's part of the charm of owning him. If this happens a few game weeks in a row, maybe that charm will wear off and I'll transfer someone else in. But it was still good to see him so attacking. It was just really unfortunate that it didn't pay off. And then Haaland, what on earth? I actually went on FPL Juice's Streamception. I'll put in a clip where I discussed a hypothetical scenario that City win, but there's no Haaland involvement. I'll put it in now.
We see anything other than a Man City maul in here. No.
Giving them an absolute roll.
4-0.
4-0.
But it could be one of those ones where it's 4-0 and then no Haaland involvement.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Because this happened, was it last season when Liverpool played and it was like 7-0 and Salah didn't have.
Oh, yeah, but I've never happened to Haaland.
No, but it's FPL and this season's cursed. In terms of captaincy, this one was really rubbish. He got 1 point, so I got 2 points in total. But looking at my team, there was no other alternative. There was no way I would have risked captaining Gordon, wouldn't have gone for Gay. So it's just one of those ones where luck didn't fall on my side. He looked really strong at the start. Annoyingly, Haaland hit the post with a header, but then he suffered with a knock, and then he came off at half-time as a precautionary measure. City did have the Champions League game, and they've got Chelsea this game week. He played in the Champions League last night, so he's fine, he's raring to go, and he also scored, which is annoying. But if that can be translated into the Premier League as well, I will be pleased. And then the bench, some shockers on here. So Turner obviously 0 points because he didn't play. McGinn only 2 points. I was nervous that I was going to miss out on another McGinn attacking return who was sitting on my bench. Burn 1 point, went off injured, which is concerning, and it looks like he's going to be out for a while. And then Kabore going and getting an assist against Liverpool, 8 points in total. I would never in a million years. I've made so many jokes in my team selections that Kabore is just permanently on my bench. And then he goes and does this. So that's really changed my thinking for future game weeks. But thinking about future transfers, I did discuss in my live stream that I did on Sunday night that I am probably going to roll my transfer. And I'm still, I'd say 75% sure that's what I'm going to do. If I do this move, which is Dan Burns, Kieran Trippier, I'm going to have to take a hit because it will require two transfers. And I don't know where I'm going to downgrade in the rest of my team. So I think this is just looking ahead more at game week 13, but it's kind of on my radar. Burn is now out for the rest of the year, and I checked the FPL app today. His expected return date is the 1st of January. Botman's also out, and there are some alternative, cheaper defensive options. I definitely want to stick the Newcastle defence because it's so good to target. They've only conceded one big chance in the past 4 game weeks. They're looking really solid defensively. But Trippier is the main target. Obviously, we're going from Dan Burn, 4.7 million, to £7 million on a defender. But he is so good and so worth the money. Against Arsenal, he got 9 points by keeping a clean sheet and he picked up 3 bonus points. I would love to bring him in this game week and, as mentioned, take a hit to do so. Bournemouth away is a really, really nice fixture for Newcastle, but I need to target them for their home fixtures. They've kept a clean sheet in their last 4 home matches, and Trippier has gotten 39 points in that time, which is a ridiculous amount for a defender. Oh, some lights just flashed outside. So I definitely want to target Trippier. Bournemouth would be lovely to have him, but I don't think it's worth the -4. I think I just need to hold out, and then Chelsea at home is going to be painful for me. Why have I gone black? Everything's going wild. It's going to be painful for me to watch Newcastle playing Chelsea. I may actually skip that game and just get the notifications on my phone instead. And then we're going to Manchester United at home. Manchester United haven't looked the strongest recently, so hopefully Trippier will be able to pull out some pizzazz. He'll get some attacking returns. He'll keep a clean sheet. But that is the main transfer target. I just need to figure out how I'm going to afford to bring in Trippier because it will require downgrading elsewhere. That takes us nicely into my team selection for this upcoming game week. So in goal, we have no alternative. We're sticking with Areola. Nottingham Forest at home. Now that they've got Taiwo back, I think they may concede, but I don't know. Home fixture might give them a bit of oomph. And then in the defence, we are, of course, sticking with Gahey, my only clean sheet of the last game week. I'm also sticking with Cash, which doesn't come as a surprise to any of you that regularly watch my videos. He seems fit, he seems good to go. Fulham at home, really nice fixture for Villa. And I think after their 2-0 loss last week, they're going to be alive and kicking, and it's at home, so they're going to have the whole home crowd. It'll be lovely, great atmosphere if you're a Villa fan. And then for now, I have Kabore in here, but it's definitely a knee-jerk reaction because he got an assist last week. I am aware this is Luton playing Manchester United away from home. They probably won't be super strong, but this is where I kind of want to knee-jerk and do burnout for Trippier and just take the -4 because my alternative is Pinnock against Liverpool, and again, I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. So that could sway me to doing the Trippier move, but we're going to try and remain patient. No hits this early on in the season. Then my midfield, we've got Maddison, who is flagged, but Postecoglou said that he got a knock on the ankle and they'll just have to assess how he is, which is really reassuring. Thank you. That has given us a full picture of what is going on. I'm going to hope that he is back and he is ready to go because I have no Spurs coverage, and the fact that I took out Son is coming back to haunt me, I think. Then we've got Saka, one of the best fixtures for Arsenal is coming up.
Hello, it's me from the future. I'm just editing this, but it's after Arsenal played last night and Saka picked up a minor injury. From what Arteta said, it doesn't sound too serious, but I do talk about how fit and healthy he is in this next section. So apologies for that. Filmed it before the game, but hopefully he is absolutely fine.
Burnley at home, very appealing captaincy choice. I don't know whether I am going to captain Saka because I haven't seen a huge amount from him recently. But it's Burnley. They've conceded the second most goals with 27 in total so far this season, and they've got the 5th worst expected goals conceded with 20.3. Saka is the most reliant of all the Arsenal attackers, and his place in the starting lineup is absolutely nailed. He should be on penalties unless he is off the pitch when they're given or if he hands them over to someone else. But he seems really fit and healthy and good to take on a penalty. So hopefully some penalties will come Arsenal's way, Saka will score, and we will all celebrate. But captaincy, maybe. Let me know in the comments who you think I should captain, because another contender for captaincy coming up, Salah, Brentford at home. Brentford are strong defensively, not strong enough for me to start Pinnock, but they are strong. They've got an expected goals conceded of 15.0, which is 8th in the league, but this is Salah, and I think Salah is very much fixture proof. He's constantly getting returns, not against Luton, but tough opposition. But he's got their second highest XG with 7.8, and he's been so consistent this season. He's also the second favourite to score any time in this game week, which makes me kind of want to lean towards Salah. And with Salah, you know that he's going to take the penalties, whereas Saka, we have seen him. He's been handing them out like they're free sweets on Halloween. Gordon, such a versatile player, really, really exciting one for me to own. He's had an attacking return in all 6 of Newcastle's home fixtures this season, and he's had 4 goals and 4 assists in total. Obviously, he was also suspended for a game week, so I think that's even more impressive that he's getting all of those attacking returns. We also saw last game week how he was able to play up front when Wilson went off. Wilson has had numerous injuries, and there are new concerns after he was taken off against Dortmund on Tuesday. So this means Gordon may get more minutes up front like he did in the Arsenal game, in which case the goals will be coming my way, I hope. I'm still not feeling fully confident enough to captain him. I think I'm probably going to be torn between Saka, Salah and Haaland. But Gordon, if he remains this consistent, he could be my captain at some point. It's so vague, but I really, really like him as my kind of differential. I see his ownership definitely going up, especially if Wilson does keep getting injured and Isak's out. But for now, I feel like not many people own him, and it's quite nice having him on my team. And then the front 3, going to stick with Watkins. Fulham at home, I think, is a really, really nice fixture. I'm a little bit nervous. Again, I constantly have this, my McGinn benching situation. If he is on the receiving end of a goal or an assist, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. But Watkins is there. Darwin, hopefully we get the same level of enthusiasm as last game week, but with a better outcome. I think that's probably the nicest way to put it. I really want Darwin to get some returns on the team. He's a player that I'm excited to own. And if he can just be quite explosive, I think that would be good for my team, good for my rank. And then obviously Haaland, Chelsea away. He played against Young Boys in the Champions League this week and scored 2 goals in 61 minutes, and then he was subbed off early, so he's obviously getting in some rest before Chelsea. Don't want to talk about predictions for that game because I am nervous. I think we got fairly lucky against Spurs because we were playing against 9 men and then playing against City. But it's at Stamford Bridge, so hopefully there is some oomph behind us. We will see. Whether I will captain Haaland or not, I think having Haaland against my team anyway is hard, let alone captaining him as well. I think the captaincy argument will probably be between Salah and Saka for me for this game week. And then the bench, I have touched on it, nervous about benching McGinn. If he does get an attacking return, I don't know what I'll do. I really should stop benching him. If Maddison is out injured, this will make life a little bit easier for me because I'll just start McGinn and we're fine. I have my dilemma of Pinnock or Kabore. I think, looking at it now, I don't know. I do have 2 Liverpool players as well, which really hurts. I've got no Manchester United players, so maybe I will stick with Kabore. And then Burn is out. That is it for the rest of the year. And something that I really need to try and get to terms with and what I'm going to do. So I could take the -4 and bring in Trippier, but again, not really sure where I'm going to make the money up from the rest of my team. And this starting squad looks all right. It's not the best, but I think it's okay and maybe not worth taking a hit this game week, and I'll save my transfer and then I'll have 2. And especially after the international break, it'll be a really, really strong position to go in after the international break, 2 free transfers, ready to go and deal with any other injuries that pop up. That's my team selection for game week 12. Do let me know in the comments, as always, whether you agree with my decisions or if you think I should take a hit, and also let me know your thoughts on captaincy. If you want to ask any questions, do drop them in the comments below as well, and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.
Don't forget to subscribe.